Yeah, g'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Go and Travel Nice. So in this episode we're going to use the 12-volt travel oven once again, but this time instead of cooking an awesome roast, we're going to have a go at cooking a cake. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here, so most of this episode is going to be test and adjust, but you come along with us on this ride and we'll get there together. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the kitchen. So as I said, we're gonna cook a cake. And as I said, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here, so it's gonna be a bit of a test and adjust. But we're gonna cook it in the 12-volt travel oven. So yeah, I'm not sure of timings, but anyway, we're just a normal packet cake from Woolies. This Greens classic chocolate cake. So we got that. We've got a couple of googies. Farm eggs, 150 mils of milk. We need 3 tablespoons of obviously melted butter. We'll put in the tin that I use to bake the roast. So I'll put a bit of butter in there and a bit of flour, and then we'll chuck it in. I've got Declan today. He's going to help me. He's going to be the stirrer. So what we'll do is we'll get all the gear into a pot or into a pan, and we'll start mixing. Rightio, so we've got everything out of the packet. We've got our cake mix here. This thing comes with a frosting, but I don't like frosting. I'm going to get the proper icing sugar and the cocoa added to make a nice big thick bit of chocolate icing. Perfect. Anyway, we'll get our 4 dessert spoons or 3 tablespoons of butter. We'll chuck that in there. Rightio, so we'll chuck that in there, we'll move that to the side. Righto, so I've got Decca on the go here, so what we'll do while we're waiting is I'll chuck all this in for him, and then he can be the stirrer. Get all that in there. We'll crack our 2 eggs. So these are farm eggs. So much nicer than those brought ones you get from the supermarket. Righto, Decca. Dip that in there. Righto. I'll bring you over this way a little bit. And I'll get Decca onto the stirring of the egg into the icing, into the cake mix, and I'll melt the butter. There you go. Rightio. I'll just slowly add a little bit of milk in there. Keep stirring. Beautiful. That's the best stirring I think I've seen for a long time. Yeah, make sure we'll get down the bottom here. Give it a bit of a quick stir. Look at that, how good does that look, Decca? Righto, you can keep stirring. I'll add a bit more milk, hold the bowl with your hand and mix with your right hand. Beautiful. How good does that look? That seriously looks amazing. Right, there's one thing you got to do when you're making a cake. I used to do it as a kid. Decca's doing it now. We need to taste it, the actual mixture, before we cook it. So give me a little taste again, Decca. Oh, I reckon you can nearly just eat that mixture without even cooking it. Righto, Decca. If I hold the bowl up, can you scrape it into the pan?
Yeah.
Beautiful, look at that. That looks so nice. Scoop all the mixture out. Righto, so that's yours. We'll just clean up around the... How good, oh, that cake mix is awesome. Beautiful, what do you reckon, Dagger? Righto, so that's the cake mixture, so we'll chuck in the 12 volt travel oven and we'll hope for the best. Righto guys, so it's all mixed up, ready to roll. So she's been preheating for at least an hour. She's got a bit of warmth in it. So time now is 1:10. Let's get it in the oven. Push him right to the back. Lock him up. So we'll let that sit for probably, oh, I guess an hour, and then I'll get it out. I'll put a skewer through it because, as I said, it's more of a test and adjust episode, so I'm not too sure how this is done. So hopefully I can work it out, and I'll give you the information to do a cake when you're out in the field. So I'll see you back in here in an hour. Yeah, righto guys, so it's just been on an hour and it's starting to get that, that cake cooking smell. It's beautiful. Anyway, so I'll quickly crack it open and we'll get it out and we'll just see, how it's going after an hour. So I've got a skewer here, so we'll just skewer the middle. There's nothing on the skewer, but I don't know. I might just give it another halfer just to be sure. It just doesn't look. I don't know. It just doesn't look quite cooked to me. But anyway, we'll give it half an hour and then we'll get it out. And I reckon it'll be definitely done by then. Yeah, righto guys. So it's been another half an hour. So we'll grab the cake out and have a look and see what it looks like. Smells beautiful. Alright, pull that out. I reckon she's good now. Smells absolutely lovely. Hopefully you can see that. Beautiful. Righto, so I've just got it out of the travel oven, so hopefully it'll come out of the pan. So we'll just cut around the edges here just to make sure. Loosen up a bit. But it looks good on top. Hopefully it's good underneath. Righto. Well, it came out, but the bottom must have stuck a little bit. So the old school way didn't work as well. Probably should have put some baking paper in there and some cooking spray. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So we got there in the end. So I'll just flip this up the other way and we'll get into the icing part of it. Rightio, it's up to the icing stage. So we'll just duck down to the shops, grab the better stuff, not that stupid bloody frosting, got proper icing sugar and some cocoa, mix it up. Righto, so we'll get a bit of the icing sugar on the go. I'm going to make a heap of icing because I want to put it on there nice and thick. I'll go about there to start with. We'll chuck a good spoonful of cocoa in there, Pen. What do you reckon?
Yes. No measurements needed.
No measurements needed here. This is all field, out in the field stuff. As long as it looks good, tastes good. Alright, I'll just chuck a bit of, give that a little bit of Bit of a mix, but anyway, I'll mix this up and I'll start pouring on the cake. Right, so we're just about to finish the icing. Get on the roof and around the sides. And we'll get Decker onto the sprinkles in a minute, because he's asked for sprinkles. So we better, Decker, can you get the sprinkles out?
Yeah.
Righto, so just bring it down a little bit closer. Actually, I'll bring that up to you. Look at that.
Thanks, Ryan.
Beautiful cake cooked in the 12 volt travel oven. Beautiful. Righto, so we're going to sprinkle some hundreds and thousands on there. Yeah, so just a little bit at a time, yep. Beautiful.
Declan's turn.
Righto, swap over, give Decker a go. Nice and steady, beautiful. Oh, look at that. Look at that cake. What do you reckon, Decker? Give us a thumbs up or something. What do you reckon, Ryan?
Good.
Beautiful. Rightio, so that's the conclusion of the cooking of the cake in the 12 volt travel oven. So all in all, probably about an hour. I think maybe an hour and a half was a little bit long. It was a little bit cooked on the bottom. A bit better tray possibly. Yeah, probably baking paper, I guess, and a bit of cooking spray, because it did stick to the bottom a little bit, so it did break a little bit, but I've just iced all the way around it, so I've glued it all back together. So anyway, if this sort of content interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and until next time, cheers.